Hello guys, Michaela here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another speed build. Today we are working on a generations home in the world of Windenburg. So I actually started building this in December. So it's been a while. It's been almost 2 months since I actually started the house, but I kind of put it off. I didn't really know what to do about it. It was initially supposed to be my dream home, but then I realized it's way too big. So I decided to turn it into a generations home because, we got the trailer for the new expansion pack that's coming out in a couple of weeks, and I was inspired to kind of turn this into a generations home. So I actually drew the floor plan for this build myself because I was kind of going off my own imagination of a build that I would love to live in. So initially it was supposed to be kind of laid out a little bit differently when it comes to bedrooms and things like that, but the layout is what I created it to be. I did change it in game a little bit, the floor plan that I drew, but it's pretty much the same as I imagined it to be. So the house is built on a 40 by 30 in Windenburg. As I said, it's the summer home lot, if that's the name of the lot. It might be my own build that I pasted here, so I think that is the name of it though. It's a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house, so you can fit 7 Sims and a pet here. I was thinking a dog, but I think you could have a cat. You'd just have to add a litter box in the house because I did not include that. It comes in at 126,868 simoleons, so it's quite pricey, but you get a lot from this build. So as I said, there are 5 bedrooms. The master bedroom for the parents and the grandparents' bedroom are both downstairs, and upstairs we have 3 bedrooms, 2 for a kid or a teen, 2 for kids or teens, and 1 for a toddler. So you can fit a big family in here. There are 2 bathrooms downstairs. One is an ensuite to the master bedroom and the bedroom for the grandparents, and one is kind of off the kitchen connected to a laundry room. So that's kind of the main bathroom for visits and when they're downstairs. And upstairs there's one small bathroom and one bigger bathroom as well. Apart from that, there is also a game room, playroom, which is this detached part. So maybe it was a garage initially, or was intended to be a garage, and now it serves as a playroom. I placed a lot of toys in there, a lot of activities for the kids to play with, so I thought that was really a cool idea. I used my favorite paneling and my favorite windows in the whole game because if you've been here for a while, you know I'm obsessed with these windows from Snow Escape. They are perfect, they are amazing, I love them so much, and I use them way too much. So yeah. Here I'm just creating kind of a faux door with some columns and a wallpaper. I thought it would kind of evoke the idea that it was supposed to be a garage, or maybe it wasn't supposed to be a garage, but it's created like a faux garage. So they kind of wanted to make it look like a garage, but it's actually not a garage. Yeah. I've been recently obsessed with using skylights in my builds, and this one is no exception. So there is one skylight over the game room, or the playroom, one skylight over the upstairs, and one over the kitchen area, because I don't know, I love the look that the light coming through the roof gives. Oh, there is also one where the dining spaces, so I forgot about that one. So I kind of love the way it kind of shines the natural light inside, and it looks just beautiful. So yeah, that's why I'm kind of obsessed with using them recently. About the December thing, I initially wanted to have it obviously out sooner, but I am part of 2 not 2 collaboration, it's 1 collaboration, but 2 videos for that 1 collaboration, and I am not very smart because I misread the dates for it. So for the longest time I thought the release dates are in February, like in like beginning of February. It's like, okay, so I'm gonna do those then, and then I'm gonna have this one in like the end of February. And then I realized that the collaboration is due on the beginning of March. So then I already have stuff scheduled. So yeah, I decided to kind of keep this one where it was supposed to be. And next week and the week after that, you're gonna get a collaboration project, which I'm really excited about. So stay tuned for that. I have 2 builds, one in Evergreen Harbor and the second one is in Brightchester. So I'm happy how they turned out. So stay tuned. Here we are working on this like covered outside patio. I thought it would be like a really nice area for the family to hang out, maybe have a barbecue. So there is seating for 8 Sims, I believe. 8 Sims, there is a barbecue, a grill, well, that's the same thing, the grill, some like decorations, lots of plants, lots of greenery, and I love this area. I kind of play with the columns and things a bit because I wasn't really sure what to do with it, but I think it turned out pretty nice. Here is kind of where the animal pet came from. I placed these like, I don't know how to call them, agility pet training, dog training equipment, things like that. This was still the point where I thought it would actually be my dream home, and I would love to have a dog when I'm older, when I grow up. So that's kind of where the idea of having the agility kind of things came from, because I wanted to have a dog. But then when I was kind of redesigning the build for the Generations home, I decided to keep that, and that's why I decided not to go for 8 Sims, but to go for 7 Sims plus a pet. I mean, you could easily fit a bunk bed in one of the kids' bedrooms upstairs, and you could have 8 Sims here if you wanted to, and just get rid of the pet stuff that I placed. That's completely fine, completely doable, but I don't know, I thought that this family deserved a pet. So you could have 2 grandparents, 2 parents, and 4 kids, or 2 parents, 2 grandparents, and 3 kids and a dog. So yeah, it's completely up to you. I also created this kind of sandy area where I placed a swing, and I also placed some eco lifestyle items like the wind turbines and the dew collectors. So this house would be a bit eco-friendly. There are also quite a few solar panels, both on the roof and outside, or like down at the ground. And there's also the like shingles, or like the roof texture that came with Eco Lifestyle. That should also give you some electricity. So I don't know how like self-sustaining the house is gonna be, but I think the amount of electricity you're gonna make is quite big. I've never played with that kind of features. I don't know how many panels you need to be self-sustainable, but I think there are quite a few. Yeah, so we're kind of finishing off the backyard. There's a small pool, some seatings, some lounge chairs as well, and I think we're gonna work on the patio, like the covered, this area which I talked about already. I want to talk about something, but I forgot what it was. Oh yeah, I kind of started over with the interior, because when I started to build in December, I did part of the downstairs interior, but it was very colorful, and I liked it at the time. It was a lot of kind of items from the Pastel pop kit, kind of colorful, really happy. I was like, okay, let's do this. But then when I came to it like a month after, I was like, I don't really like this. So it ends up being a lot more kind of toned down and like decent, rather than colorful, and more about like wood colors and whites and beiges and things like that, because I don't know, I just didn't have kind of like the vibe that I went for initially. So here I talked about before how I didn't really know what to do with the kind of cover of this, so I ended up using this piece from the dessert Lux kit here to make the cover. I always make sure to place it on the second floor and then lower it down with toolmod, because if you play with the house, it's going to be much more comfortable because you'll be able to see underneath it. So it's kind of a floor up. So that means that if you go on the first level, you're not going to see the awning, but you're going to see underneath it. So it's not going to block your view when you're playing, which I thought was really handy for gameplay. So now we've moved on to the interior finally. And this is a little entrance area that I really like. I kind of kept that the same as when I did it the first time, but a bit less colorful. I kind of brought the blue from the outside on the inside as well, because I really liked the color scheme. So apart from like the wood and browns and not browns, the wood, the whites and blacks and grays, I also used the like bluish color in here as well. So this is the living room. I used this fireplace, and I don't know where it's from. Is it City Living? It might be. Anyway, so initially this was still the phase where I thought it was going to be my dream home. So one of the two bedrooms that are now the grandma bedroom, or like grandparents' bedroom, and the master bedroom were supposed to be an office, like a really big office. But when I decided to turn it into Generations home, I had to figure out how to place doors to kind of be able to access both the bedrooms without going through one of them, because that was kind of the idea for the office, that it would be accessible only through the master bedroom. But that's kind of doesn't really make sense if you have a second bedroom. You don't really want to access it through someone else's bedroom. So where in here, where the bookcase from Snow Escape is, it's going to be where the door to the grandparents' bedrooms are going to be. So that's going to change a little bit, but other than that, this is going to stay the same. I used a coffee table from High School Years, which I absolutely love. I love this swatch because the wood is just so like nice and decent, and the color is like really, really nice. And yeah, I'm very happy about that. I got to use a lot of the items that I don't use that often because the house is quite big. So I had quite a lot of space to use items that I might not be able to use all the time. I also used curtains from the Desert Lux kit pretty much all over the house. I think maybe in the kids' bedrooms I used different ones to kind of complement what I wanted to go for. But in general, I really liked using them kind of to complement the wood texture. I used counters from Parenthood. I initially had the black countertop on them, and I don't think I changed it on camera, but later on I went in and changed them to white because I felt like with the like backsplash that was black, I didn't think it looked good enough. So it looked a bit too dark in my opinion, so that's why I used those. I kind of paired the cabinets with black overhead cabinets. Counters, I paired the counters with overhead cabinets, which are base game, because I wanted to have the black look to kind of complement the countertop. I think I kept that in the end because I liked the way it blended into the wallpaper. So I believe I kept that even after I changed the countertops to white, but I might be wrong. I'm not 100% sure on that. But pretty much the whole kitchen is Parenthood. I also used the bar stools from that pack, apart from the appliances, which are from the Cool Kitchen stuff bag. I mean, stuff bags are kind of extinct at the moment. We haven't gotten a new one for more than a year, I feel like. We are getting much more kits, which kind of sucks. But I mean, I like the fact that kids are really specific for like building and game. Well, we didn't really get a lot of gameplay kits, but for like casts and building. But I wish we got a new stuff bag, because I think the last few stuff bags like Paranormal or Tiny Living, they were really good. So I kind of wish they would bring them back, but I highly doubt that, to be honest. Yeah, anyway, so this is the kind of main, not a main bathroom, I don't want to call it a main bathroom, but it's like the bathroom that's going to be accessible to the most people, because it's downstairs where the kitchen is. So that's kind of like the common bathroom downstairs. I'm using a lot of the clutter from the new bathroom kit, like fairly new bathroom kit, because I don't know, they look really cool, and I wanted to have the bathroom look like it's actually lived in. And through this bathroom you also access the laundry room as well, so I thought that was a nice touch. And now we moved on to the master bedroom. I used my favorite bed in the whole game. I mean, I have quite a couple of favorites, but I really like this one from Eco Lifestyle. No, Dream Home Decorator. It's from Dream Home Decorator. Sorry about that. I initially used this curtain from Eco Lifestyle, but I think I ended up going for the one that I used throughout the whole house from Desert Lux. So I'm going to change that in a little bit. And this was supposed to be the office initially in like my previous idea, but then it turned out to be the bedroom for the parents. Here are the door into the ensuite bathroom that is shared with the grandparents. Yeah, I've used a lot of stuff from Dream Home Decorator, Eco Lifestyle, as well as High School Years, because the swatches of the wood just fit together very well. And I'm just obsessed with the furniture that came with High School Years, because it's just so freaking good. Especially like the pieces like the dresser and table and end table. They are so nice, and I use them a lot, especially because, you know, I like a certain style of builds that are kind of modern, contemporary, mid-century modern, and they fit just perfectly with kind of the idea that I'm having, and these packs just go so well together. So yeah, I've been using a lot of them. So this is the bedroom for the grandparents. It's fairly simple. I also made sure to include some like crocheting and knitting stuff. I know it's a bit stereotypical that a grandma likes to knit, but I mean, it's a grandma. They like to knit. I mean, my grandma knits, my mom knits. I don't know anything about knitting because I'm not patient enough to knit, but it looks fun. No, it doesn't look fun. It looks boring, but I feel like it's a thing that people used to do quite a lot, and even today, you know, you meet a lot of people who knit. Is it how you pronounce it? I think it is. So I've seen some people on Instagram kind of do knitting, that knit, even like young people. But I don't know, my patience is not great and very selective, and knitting is not one of the things that it decides to do. So yeah. Here we moved on to the playroom. I made it really colorful. I chose a wallpaper. I believe it's the one from my wedding stories, which is kind of like ombre look, and I really like how that one turned out. It's very colorful, full of toys. I wanted to make sure I got toys because I can't really fit much into bedrooms because I'm not that big. So I wanted to kind of prioritize having a place for the kids to do their homework, to maybe have some like specific hobbies that they're gonna have. So this one is for a sim or like a kid, a teenager that's really into music. So I kind of paired the Tiny Living stuff with some of the High School Years stuff. I also included this wall decoration from Discover University that's just perfect because it has like music themed kind of posters on it. So I felt like it was perfect. I kind of paired this wallpaper from High School Years with the pattern on the bed from Tiny Living, which again I thought worked really well, so I'm just cluttering up the desk with some things to make it look, again, more lived in. I like to do that a lot. I kind of think I managed to perfect the amount of clutter to place in my builds to make it look realistic, but not overly cluttered, I think. I also wanted to kind of add the realistic touch that maybe if those are, maybe it can be twins, or maybe they kind of bought all the furniture when they moved in, so all of the furniture is the same, just like the bedding is different. And this sim likes animals, so I made sure to place some like animal nature themed posters. Here I have some like animal themed stuff. So I thought that maybe the other bedroom that I just finished was going to be a teenager and this is going to be a kid. I also placed some like gaming items like headphones, some of like the gaming clutter from high school years, and like a pet statue. And I think I also placed a boxing this thing. Maybe this sim is really into fitness as well. So kind of like multiple. I'm sorry if you can hear the train. Yeah. And this is going to be the toddler bedroom, which is fairly simple. I've also made sure to place a couple of toys to make it a bit more playable and you don't have to move your toddler around. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today's speed build. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It would really mean a lot to me and you will never miss a video if I upload one. Yeah, so if you want to download this build, you can get it on the gallery. My ID is michaelasimsyt, or you can get the tray file in the description box below on my Ko-fi page. And yeah, have a great day and I will see you in my next one. Bye!
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I'm not falling, I'll push all my chips and call all in. I'll bet on myself, you keep stalling. I hear destiny and it's calling. I'll keep my head up high through the downs and lows, and we're all going life. Still nobody knows, but I'ma choose what's right and take what comes and goes. And ain't no one in life holding me back no more. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago.